So, hello, Kita.
Hi,
Good to see you again.
good to see you too. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so since our last discovery call, I have reviewed your intake form. Thank you for sending that back.
Thank you.
And the purpose of this call is just to go over the form and make sure that anything that stands out or more additional information that you might have to share, so that really by the end of the call you have a sense of whether this is something you want to follow through with or if it's just not a good fit. So this is our chance to kind of see where the next steps are going to take us.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. So looking at your form, your how would you describe your mental health?
So, mental health is good. I am pretty high anxiety. Um, I am an overthinker. I tend to be in my head often. So, I'm constantly just always up here. So I really, at the same time, I don't really want to go into the route of like doing a lot of medications. I don't want to like constantly be in doctor's offices, constantly going to therapy sessions as well, constantly talking over and over again about where I'm at with different people, different strangers, and always going down that route is intense and feels overbearing for me. So finding alternatives is kind of where I'm at with my journey, especially my healing journey. So I'm taking THC in the evening. It really helps me relax. It helps me unwind. It helps me to like kind of get out of my headspace, you know. So I do that, but I nothing more than that as of right now. So I um, so even doing this, like it can bring a lot of anxiety because I want to do the right thing. I want to say the right thing, and I'm trying to want to make sure I'm perfect and say the right things and all that. But I'm hoping that there will be better alternatives for people like me. Yeah, and I'm hoping that this is kind of the thing that I'm looking for, the thing that I want and need. So I'm very excited for all the good things to come.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. And I did want to say before we get started that, or go further, that this is a safe space.
Thank you.
So I hear what you're saying about anxiety and wanting to get the right answers and do things right, but this is your experience. This is your journey. And so there's really no way to get it wrong. There's no right answer. There's just
Right.
your answer, your experience, your communication, everything that you're putting into it is really just coming from you. So I just hold the space for you and create the safe container for us to do the work. And we'll talk in a little bit about, well, actually, let's talk about it right now. So, confidentiality, we talked a little bit about that in the discovery call, but I just want to reiterate that this is also a confidential space. So, anything that you share here in our work together, if we go forward, and today is completely confidential. There are a couple of exceptions, like I said before, just to remind you that there's a couple of exceptions if there's imminent threat of harm to yourself or others, or if there's something that I'm legally obligated to disclose. And those would be the exceptions. But otherwise, this is a totally confidential space. And then the other thing about that is also consent. that, and I know you're familiar with that from what our discussions we've had before, but consent is, absolutely paramount, and you are in charge of this entire process. I mean, other than what I'm helping you to guide, you are in charge. So if there's something that you don't feel comfortable with, if there's a conversation you don't want to have, a direction you don't want to go in, you're driving the bus. So everything is your consent.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And that's throughout. So if we do decide to go forward, the agreement that I send you has, it lays that out in terms of the consent. So that's like a single consent, but then consent is really understood throughout the entire process. So it's not just a one, sign the form and then you're done. It's throughout our entire work together, is that you have your consent to whatever's happening is primary.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so your mental health sounds like it's you don't have any like disorders, no psychiatric disorders. You're not taking any psychiatric medications. Your mental health is pretty good, with the exception, I think one of the concerns that I heard was that you are very anxious. And how does that impact your day-to-day?
Well, I think that it stops me from enjoying a lot of what life has to offer. I think it keeps me from getting good sleep. It keeps me from just enjoying life to its fullest. I think it keeps me locked into the house. It keeps me from making new friends. It keeps me from being social. It keeps me a prisoner in my own head. And it really sucks. But it also has, and I think the reason why I stay that way is it's also the history of it keeping me safe at the same time. Had I not been so locked away, then maybe I wouldn't be so left open to people be so willing to take advantage of kindness, or my being willing to be so giving, or any of those things. So I keep myself kind of blocked in, which isn't fair to me. But it's something that I need to work on, and I know that. But it's it's so difficult. It's so difficult for me, because why would I do that when I know the negative side can be so impactful? As it feels like as impactful as all the good things. So it's a hard balance for me. But at the same time, I know logically and emotionally, I can't always stay in a rut so negatively, like in a negative space. So if being so locked in a negative space isn't working and doesn't feel good, then why not do the opposite? So that's why I'm kind of like here doing this, wanting to do this, is because if the negative isn't working and doesn't feel good, why not do the opposite and get better results? It seems like that makes so much more sense. So, and I definitely, again, I don't want to do pills, and I don't want to do anything like that. I know myself. I know that I would be way more anxious and way more overstimulated and overwhelmed with all kinds of meds and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to go down that route. So this just seems like a much better fit for me personality-wise especially when I'm already doing cannabis. So if this is already healthier in the way of like I already feel good about it and it already makes me feel good and I have a better handle on it, then why not again go down this route?
So let's dive just a little bit deeper into your intentions, just really to get a sense of, again, whether we're going to go forward, whether this is the right path for you. Because in the next, if you do decide to go forward, the next session is preparation, and we'll do much more intention setting, and we'll talk about protocols, we'll talk about all that. But for now, just to get a little bit more clear about the main reasons why you're seeking microdosing as an avenue for you, and just say a little bit more, if you would please, if that's okay, about when you describe the negative and the positive, and how you see this program as an opportunity to balance those things a little bit better.
Yeah, I just so I think that this is going to be more positive, just because what I've been doing in negative ways, just talking to myself in negative ways, that's not healthy. Eating unhealthy foods is, when I'm feeling emotional, is not healthy. But doing stuff like this is releasing my mind, just getting out of my head, just seems way more healthy, just seems like a more positive experience. I need to release negative energy, negative tension, negative emotions, release those thoughts, and responsibly too. And I know that this is the way to do it versus just doing whatever I want, with no supervision, no clarity, nothing like that. I know that that's not the right way to do it either. So I think that a program like this also is a better fit than just some guy's garage or whatever. So I know that that's not the way to do it either. So I think like this is, again, just a healthier way, controlled environment, controlled people, a better setting. Again, these are all the positives, whereas the negatives is just on my own, trying to figure it out, nobody's help, just, trying to figure it out on TikTok or Facebook or whatever, whatever. So I'm tired of trying to figure it out on my own. This just seems like a better fit on a positive scale.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're looking for some more support.
Yes,
direction,
support always.
Education,
yes,
guidance,
less loneliness, more support, more community, more guidance. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful that you know that about yourself, because not everybody comes to that, or it takes them a long time to figure out what they really need. So that clarity serves you well.
Doing everything on my own hasn't done anything for me in my past of trying to figure myself out. It seems like everything I've done better when I've had support, community, and other people. Not saying that I can't do anything on my own, but when I've had more support for myself and people, having my back, that's when I've excelled. And I think that's when humans excel, is when we have everybody's back, so that's my
support.
Yeah.
I
love that.
We all need support.
Yes.
So I want to circle back a little bit to the form, and just to clarify, you don't have any health issues either. So in the form it said no high blood pressure, no other health concerns?
No, I'm good.
Very healthy.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
healthy. Yeah.
Excellent. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I asked you about medications. No medications.
I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you have any experience with plant medicines? I think you had said no on the form. I mean, the like psychedelic plant medicines.
No, just cannabis. That's and just on the evening time. So like after 7 p.m. when I'm just done with work, I'll do that, and that's about it.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Because as I said in the discovery call, this program is a microdose program with psilocybin mushrooms. That's what I work with exclusively. That is my master plant medicine. That's my master plant teacher, and so that's who I work with. And so the clients I work with also I encourage developing a relationship with the medicine.
Yeah.
And again, we'll talk more in future sessions about how to do that, like how you're developing a relationship with the medicine that's really you.
Yeah.
It's you within, but the medicine opens the door to opportunities to think differently because of the neurobiology, what's happening in your brain with the microdose. Microdosing the plant medicine is opening pathways that weren't there before.
Okay.
So some of the things you talked about in terms of the anxiety and the closing yourself off and limiting beliefs and the way you've structured your life to be safe, but maybe not ultimately the best for you. The developing a relationship with a plant ally like this can help you to open doors that were not there before, and develop pathways that are new and healthier and more consistent with what you want, which sounds like the way you described it is a little less anxiety, less closing yourself off, less being more in community with others and taking more chances.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your support system currently? You had mentioned in the form that you have a partner who's supportive.
Yeah, he's great. So he supports me in a lot of the things that I do, and he's wonderful. I have friends that are helpful. I keep a lot of my struggles to myself because I don't want to burden anybody. Even though I encourage everybody to talk to me about anything, all of their struggles, problems, everything, but I keep my stuff locked in tight because I don't want to bother anybody with my struggles, issues, problems. It's just how I am, because I don't want to, if people are having a bad day, I don't want to put that on anybody else. But that's not how I want anybody to live their lives. So I encourage everybody to, give to me. But people recognize that I give as much as I can. So they're super supportive as well. They, anytime we have a party over at our place, people will bring, bottles of wine, or they'll bring an added decoration to the house just because they're like, oh, we saw this would be cute or whatever, and it's just like, we thought of you. And it's really nice. It feels really good, to be thought of. So it's nice to know that there are other people that think of me or us. So I love that. It always chokes me up to know that people think of me or us. So we do have, and I have, a good support system. It's nice to know that they're there. I have great family members. I love them so much. I brag about them all the time. I adore them so much. They're a great support system. I'm always so excited when they come around. I'm always so excited when I know that I'm going to see them because they're the best. So, again, I have a great support system, whether it's family, whether it's friends. I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful. And I think part of I get so stuck with my anxieties and my worries is that it gets my gratitudes and my thank yous and my all that gets trapped inside that I forget. I'm trying to get better, but it's not enough. It never feels enough. And then that is part of the anxiety. It's like, oh, I'm not grateful enough. I'm not thankful enough. I don't love enough. It's never enough. I'm not enough.
No. Wouldn't it be nice to just be enough?
Yeah. Always.
That'd be great.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, that does not negate the overwhelming amount of support that I have. Mm-hmm. So it's wonderful. I love everybody that's in my life. Mm-hmm. Whether or not I say it enough doesn't. It's not true. I have a lot of great people in my life.
Well, that's special.
It is.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And it sounds like we're really in the process of building intentions here, because you've given so much in the way of what you're hoping to, where you are and where you're hoping to move into. And certainly this idea of not being enough is common in our culture. And so that can be part of this journey for you, is discovering the you that's enough, which is enough, and discovering that and accepting that and embodying it, like becoming that person who knows they're enough. Okay, so let's just talk a minute about the cannabis use. And you mentioned that you only do it at night, which is important for this program, because you're not going to want to do two things together at the same time, especially when you're just starting out. If you don't have any experience with plant medicine and you're just starting out, you really want to isolate that experience and live into that for a bit. So I would recommend, and I'm saying it now because this may be a deciding factor for you.
Sure.
If it's probably not a good idea for you to do THC on top of the microdosing, at least in the same day on dose days or at the same time, that means you would want to do your dose in the morning and then wait a good 6 to 8 hours before. So just keep that in mind. Like, is that something you would want to live with, to know that that's the best way to do this program? Because with this program, as I discussed in the discovery call, we're really on a journey, on your journey. And next call, we'll go into intentions and protocols and preparation. But the things that you want, the decreased anxiety and the enoughness and just a better sense of self and community, is available primarily because of the other things you're going to do that are a part of this program. The medicine opens the doorway, but your way through is going to be through conscious intention setting through the day and what how you're living your life, journaling. We're going to go into some somatic practices, so like deep breathing and things that regulate your nervous system, especially with the anxiety. So your willingness to work those aspects of it is going to be critical. So that's another reason why you want the dose to be its own thing before you add something else into it. Give yourself the time and space to be able to walk through the doorways that are being opened for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so I think, we've gone over the form, and I see the answers to some of the other things we didn't talk about, but I don't think we need to. Is there anything else from the form or the intake or the process that you didn't say that you think is important?
I think that I think we're all set. I'm looking forward to continuing this process. I think I'm good to move forward with everything. I'm looking forward to continuing the program. So yeah, I don't think my cannabis use is going to be an issue with moving forward. I think I can either do both or stop or whatever you're going to need me to do. I'm good to do. So yeah, I'm very excited for all of this. So
Okay. Yeah, and looking at your form in this conversation, you don't have any what we would call contraindications. So, like if somebody was in active crisis, suicidal, or dealing with an acute trauma in their life right now, this wouldn't be the best time. If somebody was taking certain medications, they don't interact well.
Sure.
And so, but you don't have any of those red flags, so really the decision is yours whether to go forward or not. And I think we can work well together. So
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it.
okay. Well, I will send you the agreement is next.
Sweet.
And then after that, we will schedule. You have your mushrooms already, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You have all your product, and we will talk about protocols, we'll talk about intentions, we'll talk about how and when you're going to get started, and yeah, moving forward.
Wonderful.
Good.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
am too. I'm excited for you.
Yay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.